Please help me welcome our guest for this evening, Mr. Clayton Spark. Come on. So I had you as our guest a few years ago, and you were doing a totally different venture. And part of what intrigued me about this is that this is so different from what you were doing before. So why don't we start, like, where did this come from? Like, give a bit about the background so we know, so if anybody doesn't know the story, you were in the business world, kind of in the consulting world. Now this, totally different. So how did this come about? Like, what thought, you know what, I want to be part of Breathe. I want to make people breathe.
Yeah, well, it's always a bit of a journey talking about
Okay, so just say the main part so we're not bored.
entrepreneurial pursuit. When you do that and you chase creativity, it kind of shoots you all over the place a little bit. And what I did before, last time I was in these seats when it was downtown at Hudson's, do you want me to put this mic a little closer, right? Yeah, we talked about that. Okay, sorry, buddy. Okay, so last time when we spoke, I was and still am a partner of a consulting company called Advanced Tech. And basically it's like boring government tax stuff. Essentially what it is, it's a program that incentivizes people to develop really cool stuff and innovate. Okay. So I enjoy being a part of innovation and seeing things change and innovate and all sorts of industries innovate. And so what we've done in our company, Advanced Tech, for the last 10 years is help companies who are innovating identify what they're doing that is unique and is different and is sort of groundbreaking or bending the rules or developing new products or new technology, and there has to be an element of uncertainty to it. So we've sort of helped people for the last decade access this tax incentive program to spur on their development and chase their creative pursuits as they innovate in their industries. So at that time, I had just purchased with my business partner a building that was kind of an eyesore in downtown Saskatoon on 2nd Avenue. A beautiful, cool old building that we operated out of Innovation Place for many years, and we decided we wanted to get some new space, and we thought, hey, let's maybe look at buying a piece of property or something. And so we bought this cool old building downtown that really was an eyesore, and we just gutted it and renovated it and turned it into what I think is just an amazing space that I'm extremely proud of, and we're so happy to have people who also followed along with creating environment in Bontemps. Like Bontemps Cafe is just a super cool, amazing vibe and a great restaurant, and so it's so awesome to have had them in there. When we were out chipping off the old shiplap and all this stuff, gutting this building down to sort of a little bit of a beautiful core, and then we can start building it up again, we had created some awesome pictures of what it was like. Okay, I think we can make this old building look like this, still keep the historic taste to it, but do something unique and make it really nice and blend in some contemporary styles with it. And so I went to Tamara and her team at Metric and said, hey, I have these crazy pictures in my mind, can you help me put them on paper, and can we create some really cool images that then I can go and then execute and go, hey, look at these pictures we drew, let's build this, right? Because I don't develop properties, I don't do that, I don't understand blueprints, I just see a place and I go, okay, we can do something unique with it, and that was a lot of fun to do. So I think I had just sort of finished creating that space for us to own that building, and then we built ourselves this really cool, funky man cave office upstairs for us to operate out of.
And Tamara used a hot glue gun, right, on the antler chandelier?
Oh, exactly. Right? The antler is a huge hit.
Oh, for sure it was. As soon as I walked in there, I was like, hey.
I know, this giant rack in the middle of a room.
Yeah.
Your eyes just lit right up
that
there.
That works every time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, good. Yeah. All right, so any questions? Just kidding. So the cool part about that is that didn't really change, because I went to your new building for a breath. And just breathe. See, I'm psyching myself out now. Breathe.
Love it.
Breathe. I'll get it. Breathe. Just breathe. So when you got that place, it was literally dirt. Like, it was just a big building with dirt. And you walk in there now, and it's got this It's got a relaxing vibe to it, very nature, very clean, aesthetically pleasing. But that started literally with walls and dirt. And so not only were you creative again in building the building, but how did you get to the point where you thought, I want to bring bikes? I want, like, consulting is good, but now I want to start making people breathe.
Yeah, from taxes to sweat. Really.
Yeah, well, that's how I feel every time taxes come out with it.
Well, it's all part of life for sure. You know what really what did it, like, for me is creating the space at the Torch building and creating a space that has a bit of a, well, like this room, like, just look around this room, look how awesome it is. Like, the wood and the way the ventilation is designed and the lighting and everything that's taken into account. It's really important to actually build a room that affects you viscerally. I think when you do anything, if you can impact with your eyes to create an experience in a room, I think that you've just amped up the whole value of whatever experience you're creating in that room. So for me, I was really excited to create this vibe in our office, let's say in our man cave office downtown, that was really cool and comfortable. We got to be there every day. It doesn't want to feel like this stuffy boardroom. It doesn't have to, fit into a certain box. And everybody that sort of came in there afterwards and who have been in there since seem to be affected that way. And they go, oh my God, this is awesome. I just love it. I feel like I'm in somebody's really cool living room or their den or something like that, and yet it's still really cool and functional and professional, with a bar at one end and a fireplace at the other.
First place I ever had at Kronberg.
Yeah.
Was at a meeting with you.
Love it.
So you're doing that, and now you've transitioned now to yoga, cycling, with Breathe. How did that come about? Like, were you just saying, you know what, like, was it something inside of you, a creative burning, or was it the entrepreneurial drive, or did you see a hole in the market and you thought you could capitalize on it? Like, how did that happen?
Short answer is yes.
Good.
Like, I think that I really enjoyed the opportunity of creating space. So I enjoy the whole property development, creating space. I'm not a trained designer or developer or anything, but I guess I just get these pictures in my mind and I go, I want some of this and some of this and some of this and some of this and some of this. And then I get really talented people around me to help put that chaos into some sort of order and then make it happen. And sort of attracting the right people to me as I need them, and as I'm required to have them on that sort of journey of putting that thing together. And as weird as that may sound, it's sort of the way it happens. These projects sort of just evolve over time. I liked creating the space downtown and doing that. And then I like the idea of innovation and what's going on in our consulting business, but for me it was time to hand the baton. And I don't want to pursue that anymore. I'm still a partner in the business, but I really felt, I guess, a bit of a pull or an authentic moment when I did that building downtown, and it feels the way that it does. I felt good. I felt accomplished in doing it. The feedback that I got was really rewarding, and so I felt like I want to do that again. Like, I want to do that again. It's like the entrepreneurial curse. It's like, what's next? Like, like fear is a huge problem that holds people back. Fear of failure. Well, fear of success is even more powerful, because when you do something really cool, everybody says, now what?
Yeah.
Right?
So this is obviously now what? So you had this pull coming, but how did it focus into like a cycle yoga shop? And because at the time, I know enough about the backstory that I can kind of fill in some blanks, but at the time there wasn't a cycle studio, right?
No.
And not only was there not one, but there definitely wasn't one with the technology that you were bringing, right? So how did that business plan come about? Like, you had this pull, you're creative, without a doubt, you know you can make it happen, you love making it happen, but how did it end up with this focus?
Well, on the personal side of life, as opposed to the professional side, I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but as we age and as we live the lives that we do live, very sedentary, we don't stay as healthy as we all would love to. right? And we don't move like I believe we should and could and ought to in order to actually have better and optimal health. I'm all for cheeseburgers at McDonald's and beer and balance and cookies and sweets and all that stuff. But I'm built to gain weight in my belly and my sides, and you get the man boobs and all that stuff.
I've heard about those guys.
I am built, if I don't do things, the lifestyle and the food I eat a little bit, like I'm not horrible, but I love my sweets and I love all that stuff. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to try and make better choices and bring more good foods in, so it maybe puts less bad foods out.
I'm like the opposite. I'm like, I'm not horrible, but like I'll exercise once in a while. You know, I'm not crazy. Like,
So, anyways, I think that really kind of where this came from was in my life and in my fitness. I used to be a track athlete at elementary school and high school, and you kind of stop doing anything. You go to work and you work, you don't do anything, and you start drinking and you gain a bunch of weight, and all of a sudden I'm 235 pounds. I'm like 190 right now, so I'm like almost 40 pounds heavier, and not just because of this, but this is like many years ago, and you don't realize it all of a sudden, right? And now I look back at pictures of myself and I'm like, oh my God, but I didn't do anything, so why was I shocked that I was gaining weight? Why was I shocked that metabolism was going down? I wasn't eating any better, and I was like, I don't know, I just wasn't. I did a little bit of the gym stuff and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not just, I'm going to go pump iron, and it bores most people. It just bores most people. That's why 90% of people don't go to the gym, and you all should. We all should. We all should. Yeah,
you guys all should.
We all should do more physical activities than we do, without a doubt. And sometimes fitness and wellness and gyms and all this stuff just feels unachievable. Because look at the thousands of pieces of equipment and all this stuff, and it's intimidating, and I don't look like this person, and what am I going to wear, and all this stuff. And so I guess the idea is that I felt like maybe I could blend this space creation piece of the puzzle that I feel like I might have a skill for, and a little bit of passion of bringing the right people and getting them on the bus to make it all happen. And then maybe it can also be tied, maybe just a little bit, to like purpose. And a little bit like, okay, well, what can I do to maybe help people with sort of health at a very simple, general, achievable level? It's just a bike. It's not complicated. Just get on it and ride it. And it actually doesn't even fall over. You don't even have to know how to balance it. So if all you want to do is get on the bike and just pedal during a class, that our room that we've built is a cool, funky room like this that has a really nice vibe to it, and it's all full of
lights,
earthy wood and big speakers and all this stuff, and it's really almost like nightclubby to an experience, and lights come down, and it's this really high energy, like yin and yang. This is the high intensity yang side of it with these bikes, and you get to really rip. And it's not, we didn't build a cycle studio for cyclists. I'm not a cyclist. Cyclists love it, but most people that go to spin studios aren't cyclists. They just like moving really fast or really heavy to music, and you start matching your movement and the actual pedal stroke of the bike. You start matching it to the beat of the music that's being played, and then you adjust the intensity or the tension on the dial to decide whether I'm just here for a Sunday ride, right? Or if you really, really want to push yourself. And what's really cool to experience in that room that we call the garden is watching and experiencing people push themselves and do things that they didn't believe they could do, and they kind of discover it. It's like we're not building power in people that wasn't there. We're just helping them uncover it. And so we have this tool to do it in a really cool room with really great music, and a person at the front that's coaching you in a lead class, and it's 45 minutes on the bike. And so we're trying to piece all these pieces of the puzzle together to give that experience that people, I think, desire when they go somewhere. If you're going to go somewhere, you're going to invest an hour or 45 minutes into working out, whatever it is, it's all important to do all those things and do resistance training and go to the gym and do something. But I think that this is something you might enjoy because of how you actually get, you don't have to be a cyclist to do it, and you don't have to be super fit to do it. There are unbelievably fit people who ride these bikes. And there's really fat people. And I mean that. And they get stronger, and they feel better, and they go, oh my God, I can move, and they love it, and they get ripping on these bikes, and they don't look like a spin person. And it's so cool to see these people finding that power inside of themselves, pushing themselves on these bikes. And it's very yogic, the practice on the bike. It's not just go take a class the way it is. It's very yogic. It's practice. You have to get better. You get on the bike your first time, and I'm going to put you on here right away. Like you came to the studio yesterday, and he was like, oh yeah, he kind of moved the bike around because it kind of does this funky thing like this.
That's how I work out at the gym. I touch stuff. And
So he wanted to get on it, and I was like, no, I want to put you on a bike and make an ass of you tomorrow in front of everybody for sure.
Good.
So we will do that.
I thought you were joking, and then I walked in and you had 2 bikes, and I'm like, no way.
No, for sure. So
Okay.
So what happened is on our journey of our own fitness, we were taking spin classes at the gym, and my beautiful wife is here. Hi, Cheryl. And she actually took training to become a teacher because she really liked the class. But she's also really frugal, right? She's like, I can get paid to go to the gym and teach classes, and then I get a free gym membership. It's all good. So she's also that kind of a thinker. But little did I know that my wife, the neonatal intensive care nurse, the very sort of regimented, go to school, get a good job, get good grades, save, sort of that sort of thinker and raised that way, married this friggin' entrepreneur with Clay DD. That does need to sort of go, oh, I have this idea, and then I have to sort of pursue it and create it, and it becomes very purposeful to just make it happen. There's all sorts of things that I'm interested in, still want to do in this life, many yet. But I'm 41, and I need to be able to stay healthy and be able to move. I have 3 daughters. I have to be able to chase the boys away when they start coming. And so I need to be able to move, and I love moving to music. I didn't realize how much I loved it. I like moving to music. So it's almost like dancing, really. Like, I'm a terrible dancer, but I can move on these bikes, and you have that freedom to kind of move. And when you actually start to move and use the embrace of the music to do it, it pushes you even farther. It's almost like added inspiration.
I used to be a fly dancer back in the day. You guys remember that show in Living Color? Me and Jennifer Lopez. So I'm a great dancer, so this will be easy. So when you first pull up to... It's a fact. It wasn't a joke. When you first pull up to Breathe, right off McCormick, you got the new area, and there's a big sign, right? Like, the first thing I noticed when I pulled up was, besides the nice logo and that, was holistic health. And the first thing when we were talking about these bikes, and you'll show us, and I read some of the reviews, that like it's like holistic in the sense that it's like a core workout as well. But you don't just do cycling. Like, you don't just do the spin classes. You have the way you set up the room. You can do a hardcore, like you said, yin and yang. You can cycle hard, and then you roll up the bikes, and then you can do a full-on yoga session. And yesterday, that's what I saw happening, because you could see them coming in with their mats and their towels and their water bottles. It looks so cute when people are into stuff like that. Like, they're so organized. They're going to make sure they're hydrated. I'm like, what? You have to think about this stuff? I thought you just show up. Anyway,
yeah, that was actually it was a ride and yoga class that you were coming in for. So it's kind of set up a little bit differently. We've got room for about 35 riders in the room for just a ride class. So it's just on the bikes, and that's about 45 minutes, and those are throughout our schedule. You also can do yoga classes, which there's different types of yoga. There's super like easy, low intensity yoga for beginners, like I took this morning. It was called 50 and flowing. So sometimes people feel like they need to be in an age group because 50-year-olds and beyond don't want to be in a room full of a bunch of 20-something in their Lulus.
well, and we don't want to be around 50-year-olds.
I do. I'm 41 and they let me in the class, so that's good. But Wednesday mornings we have this kind of lower intensity beginner 50 and flowing class, and it is mostly people who are 50 and beyond who are in the class, but they just are a little intense and a little intimidated to go into a normal yoga class. So I was in that this morning, which was awesome. And then we have power yoga classes, which is people who've been doing yoga for a while, and you're going to get your sweat on. Like, it is really, really hard work.
You're going to downward dog your butt off?
You're going to plank. You're going to be doing all sorts of stuff.
Some kind of dragon, standing dragon?
Well, you always are in control.
The lotus?
You can try that.
Is that really a move, the lotus?
Might be. I don't know. I'm not really. Yeah. You know what? I'm very much a student of the bike and of life and of the mat and of yoga. I'm very new to it. I didn't
know we had this much in common.
I have so much to learn.
Yeah.
So
why don't you teach me about this a bit?
Okay. So yeah, let's just do it.
You want to get on it?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's go for it.
I haven't done much cycling since my road racing days. So lucky you had these bikes here today, because I wore this. Oh yeah, I need the shoes. Where'd the shoes go? Okay, sorry ladies. Sorry, Shaw.
Okay, so while he's getting his gear on there, just Velcro those up, I'll show you what these do. So most stationary bikes, which is a ton of fun and a crazy amount of work, they just do exactly that. And you get on them and you pedal them. And you can turn the tension up so that you can sit down in the saddle, right? Or you can turn it up and you can stand and climb in these bikes as well. So these bikes do this, and they kind of articulate. And what that does is it actually, it doesn't just fall over either. You have to like fully engage your core and kind of twist into a corner. So while you're riding, so it's like doing spin and doing a turn in quicksand, because you've got resistance on there, under some pressure with some resistance, and you're doing this kind of side twist sit-up, and it's a great workout, and it's really exhausting, and you get winded real quick. So, do you want to hop on that? It looks like it's about right. You hop on that one.
Is there a puke bucket? And what about the ashtray? And man, it's cold in here. Fact. Oh, you can have the mic.
So we're going to clip you in. So we have shoes at the studio. When you come, you can borrow these shoes or bring your own, and you actually clip into these pedals so that you stay connected with the bike, and you get to use your hamstrings in the pedal stroke as well. So it's not just pushing with your quads, you're actually engaging your hamstrings as well, and your hip flexors and your glutes, and using everything to ride the bike.
So we're in until we pay our membership fee, eh? That's good. Am I in? I'm in. This is gonna be... All right, that was great. Got my heart up. Grant, Grant. I know you're taking... So, yeah, that's okay.
That's me.
That's you. Mine's okay.
The other thing that you got to make sure is, are we on here? Is it on? Okay, there we go. The other thing you got to do is make sure that you're on the right size of the bike. And people look around and like, oh, which size is the right size for me? No, like the bike itself, we can make it bigger or smaller, right? Because the seat goes up and down and forward and back. And the handlebars go up and down and forward and back, because there's big people and there's small people. And if you're a giant sitting on a little bike going, I can't get going, and your pedals are going around, you've got this short little pedal stroke, you can't do anything. So you want to make sure that the bike is set up right. That's important.
Sounds good. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh, totally, I got this. No, I'm good. Trust me. This is how I get to work every day. Just leisurely stroll on the sidewalks.
Okay. See that red dial there?
Yep.
Turn it. Okay.
Which way?
So turn it all the way to the left.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, turn it all the way to the left. So that's as easy as it goes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's as easy as it goes, right? And you can see how the bike kind of... Can you do this? Move it back and forth a bit. Easy. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. You see how it kind of moves. You got it.
I'm a great dancer, Clay.
All right. So now, reach down and turn it a whole
Okay, hold
lot.
on, hold on.
Careful,
Yeah.
careful. Just you gotta keep pedaling, keep pedaling, keep pedaling.
I'm pedaling, Clay.
Easy now, it's gonna get you
Oh
right
my
away.
God, it got me. Okay, now what do you want me to do?
Okay, now you have to, whoa, you're gonna,
No, I'm
you
good.
got it, you got it. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to stand up and climb, but you're gonna have to put this down.
Okay, so I'm gonna stand up and climb. Derek?
Did I ever tell you
That's like Night of the Roxbury. Can't even reach. Can't even. This is why I got kicked off my team. I was always the guy holding on to the car. Oh, thanks so much. H2O. That was.
It tends to wind you very quickly.
Oh, for sure.
Especially you, it seems.
No, it's good. So good, Clay. This is the best.
All right, so
I'm wondering if I could pay you for this.
I'm not sure I'm not sure, you can actually. We have an app. So I'm not sure if he's the best example of how to ride the bike.
Wait. Okay, that's fair.
I think you got it though. Now the other thing that you do, so what I got you up climbing, but I kind of want you to go fast.
Okay.
Okay? Because it's nice to climb and build those sort of heavy muscles, that kind of slow twitch muscles, but it's also nice to go fast. And you just start ripping and actually go into the music. So he's gonna turn it up.
And do I got to change this red thing?
Yeah, you're gonna back it off a little
Oh,
bit.
thank Jesus. Okay. The doctor told me I was supposed to do, though. He said, you should exercise. So I'm looking for another doctor. Fact. So you've got like bikes that work, but what's unique about them? I know they twist and turn. I've been to a couple other places that do cycle, and I can't catch my breath, Clay.
Okay, that's okay, buddy.
Oh my God. Is the room getting smaller? Oh my, I see a light. I see a light. So, I mean, you got these bikes, but I've been to a number of studios where they have bikes as well, but they're not like that. So, what's unique about these bikes? And you're the only one in Saskatoon that has them, right?
Yep. Well, the unique thing is what you just saw with the fact that those bikes move the way that they do, and most of the other studios do not do that. Now, it was interesting when this creative idea came, hey, let's go build a spin studio. There's none in Saskatoon. And then all of a sudden, as I'm on that journey and getting this picture in my mind, and okay, I guess we got to build a business plan, right? And the bank loans money a little easier with business plans and financials and schmeetails and all that. All the crap that I don't like, which I really don't like because I'm the big picture guy, and it's like I really need to always get people around me to help organize those details so that I can get stuff done. But when that idea to put that together was happening, there was none. It was all big box, I'll say, fitness, and then some small yoga studios and all that kind of stuff, and a lot more growing sort of population of yoga studios, which is wonderful to see. But but spin had only been consumed, let's say, in Saskatoon in a bulk manner, where it sort of comes free with your membership type of thing, and it's awesome. It's a ton of fun. It's great. They have these rooms that are in the corner, and they stuff them full of a bunch of bikes, and away they go. And it's a ton of fun, and it's crazy hard work, and it's loud, and it's intense, and you push yourself. And I simply was like, okay, I think we can do something a little different than that and create a space that has multiplicity of, I guess, application, like what you can do, like multi-use, like make sure that we can do other things in there. So the bikes can go in and out, and we move the bikes in and out. And then, you know, like for ride and yoga classes, we can have 24 people in there, and the bikes are all set up. And then as soon as you're done 30 minutes on the bike in that combo class, it's an hour of yoga right afterwards, like while you're warm, like while you're hot, you're jacked right up from doing the workout and the yang side of the exercise, but then the yin side comes afterwards, and you go into it hot and already warm, and the muscles are warm, and you're breathing, and so and leave after a little bit of shavasana and feeling kind of zen-y and whatever. So anyways, on this path, it was kind of, hey, let's do unique things. So have the coupling of ride and yoga, have a really beautiful studio with lots of space. Let's stick it out in the most expensive property in Saskatoon, out in the burbs, where all the people with most of the money in Saskatoon are, right? And let's make it really convenient for them, and we're going to put it right in the middle of a big mall with tons and tons and tons of free parking. So we're trying to do all of the things possible to take all of the many excuses that people have for not consuming fitness in some way, shape, or form. And so I'm not saying to people that, hey, buy a membership or do this, but do something and try and get yourself mobile. But along this journey, let's do these things to create this unique space, and then all of a sudden somebody beat us by 2 months, right? Ride YXE, awesome studio in Saskatoon. I've been, and they were super classy when I was in there, like, hey, Clay Sparks is in the house from Breathe, can't wait to get on those real riders, and it was super cool. So when all of a sudden I heard there was this other spin studio that was going to not only be in Saskatoon at the same time, but also beat us to the punch on our opening, right? Like really, like it was frustrating. It's, oh, you know, and then all of a sudden it was like, no, you know what that is? It's actually a compliment, and it's validation of ideas. And it's a validation of creativity, and it's a validation of opportunity and timing and all that kind of stuff, that, hey, it's not me that's the only crazy one that thinks that if you build a special room, people will come.
Could you grab this leg and just get it off of this? I'm just kidding. I could really go from some yang right now. Some real hardcore yang. Need that so bad.
I'm afraid your yang might fall out of your shorts there.
I think it did. That's awesome. So, I mean, it's kind of a testament to the way Saskatoon's going. And like our host, LB Distillers, is a great example. Prairie Sun Breweries, and another great example where forever our city's been filled with the chains, the boxes, like the guys that do it, and they do it in every city. And like you said, same in the fitness world. But now we're starting to get this palette in our city where, you know what, we'll pay for a unique or a better experience. And you're seeing that. So is this kind of is this the same kind of thing, you think, in the city, where as the city grows, we're just kind of, our palate's kind of being more refined, and we're willing to seek out something that actually specializes or focuses on some unique ideas?
I think so. I think that the Walmart fitness is awesome, okay? And I go to Walmart all the time, but I also go to Starbucks once in a while, and I also like to treat myself once in a while. And there are, let's say, premium experiences or products that you do want to consume or choose to consume because they're local, because they're different, because they're unique, because they're special, because they're whatever. They just feel right? And what is great about and rewarding for me so far, we're just about at our first year. We're imminently going to celebrate our first year in business. What's special to me is the feedback that we get from people, and whether it's a 75-year-old woman who's at the 50 and flowing class who's like, oh my God, I can actually move. This feels awesome.
Which I now think I should attend the 50th flowing class.
You should. It's a great
after
class.
my little tester.
It's a great class. It's a lovely class. But people like that, two people who, there's another guy who would be, who's kind of almost at the opposite end of the scale. He would be early 50s, and he came in probably 220. He's now maybe 195, and I don't know why I'm saying that. It doesn't matter about the weight, but he's lost a bunch of his meat blanket that he was wearing, and he's chiseled. And it's kind of like this, and this is what he's doing, and he's doing it many times a week. So you can come once a week and do some calm, relaxing yoga in the garden, and that's it. Or you can come every day and you can do all sorts of anything in between on these bikes. So, but the common thread, I guess, that we keep hearing from people is that the work that they do or the sweat that they shed when they are in the garden, the room that we're all facing things in, and usually it's our mind that's failing us before our muscles do. Like when you're in a song and you feel tired, right? But you've got 30 seconds left, and then you think things like, no, I can't do it. Oh my God, I'm tired. I can't believe how hard this is. This is a lot of work. I can't catch my breath. And you have this mental stuff going on here, this negative mental talk. And if you can just for that moment and just make more opportunities to create that moment and get that thinking where you can focus on, you can do it. You can actually make it. And so when we create that space and that opportunity and the environment, visually, sound, what you're touching, what you're feeling, when you walk in the space and it smells a certain way, it's all zenny and cool, lovely, essential oils.
It did smell nice, honestly. Awesome. I was expecting it to smell like me after
like a gym.
that.
Yeah. No, it's when you can put all that together, and then the work that people do when they are in there, they go, no, I'm here for a reason, because this bike and this tool, how it forces me to move and allows me and supports me in my movement is like posture and breathing, and we all center around our spines, right? Well, this bike now allows you to twist and turn and move and strengthen everything around that spine. So it's like yoga. A lot of the twists and moves that you do in yoga are really just like wringing your body out like a cloth. Like you're just wringing out your spine when you're in twists, and you're bending your body in ways that you don't normally do, but they help you move in every other way when you do that stuff at least once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week, whatever it is. Just choose your dosage.
When I do yoga, I'm marinating my meat blanket.
Yeah. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, that's right.
So sweaty.
You got it.
Girls, I wish Shaw could pick that up. The girls are like, oh. All the married lives are like, trust me, it is gross there. So, Clay, you've done a lot of different things, and that's what I've always really liked and dug about you. Like, chatting with you is never boring. You're an optimist, which I love because I feed off that optimism. You have vision, you have energy, but that's not always an easy road, because people don't always like vision. They don't always like optimism. It's sometimes easier to be pessimistic. And without a doubt, in your business ventures, there's been some bumps, or there's, like you even said, all of a sudden somebody beat you to the punch, and it can be a bit disheartening. What would you say to the entrepreneurs watching, or the business people here and entrepreneurs here, that you would say like one of the key aspects to keep on going has been for you? Is it mental?
Well, it's very much mental, but okay. So, my dad was a school teacher. He's passed away now. He was a school teacher, and he sort of was one of those teachers who stayed in teaching because it's all he ever thought that he could do. He didn't really think he could do any other things, and so he sort of felt like, if anybody's ever felt like they're in a rut, and he lived a lot of his life actually with a little bit of a background feeling of, I wish I would have done this, I could have done this, I should have done this, and he lived his life very much that way. Awesome teacher, awesome man, impacted lots of people's lives, smoked like a chimney and died at 53. His mother and his grandmother and his great-grandmother all died at 53. So I'm 41. So in my back of my mind, I'm like, I got a lot of stuff to do to mitigate maybe genetically my clock. my clock that maybe I'm on, because I can't help but go there. But one of the most influential conversations I ever had with my dad, and I live by it now, and it's something that he to a degree never did, or couldn't, or the lesson is maybe do that which I didn't have necessarily the courage to do, son, was the message. And he just said, follow your dreams. Like, when you think you can do something and you have ideas and you have those things, you need to pursue them, or they will fester and rot inside of you almost. It's like Wayne Dyer, who speaks about the power of intention. He says something that has stuck with me that is just so powerful. It's pressure, but it's powerful, and it says, if you bring forth that which is inside of you, that which you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth that which is inside of you, that which you do not bring forth will destroy you. So you will live with guilt and fear and woulda, shoulda, coulda. That's heavy stuff to live with. So if you have those aspirations of change and ideas and things that you want to do, just jump. As scary as it seems, it's so much scarier to sit back, and it hurts a lot more to have ideas and then sit back and watch other people do it too. And go, I had that idea, I should have done that, I should have pursued that. And my other lesson that my dad passed on to me, who was not a businessman, but was a very loving man, and also knew about roles. Teachers always bring posters home that they have in their classrooms all the time, and he'd always bring posters home that he would be recycling in his class. And this one that will always stick with me, I love it. It's a picture of all these little ducklings, little yellow ducklings, and there's like 100 of them on this poster, and they're just going everywhere, and it's kind of cute. And it says at the bottom, it says, lead, follow, or get out of the way. And that is about knowing your role. And on the entrepreneurial journey, on that journey, sometimes it's tough, but you need to hand the baton off. Yeah. You are meant for, we are all meant for very specific details, and we are pieces of the puzzle. We are not the only piece of the puzzle. We are pieces of the puzzle, and knowing where you fit and how you fit and what pieces of the puzzle, get the right people on the bus, get them in the right seats, but then lead, follow, and then get out of the way. And for me, I create. I love creating. I love branding. I love thinking about how a consumer will look at a brand or a room or an experience, and how that will translate in them, and they'll have some sort of a feeling that will come out of it. So I love branding. I love that piece of it. I like getting that piece together and then get the hell out of the way, because operationally and the schmeetails and all that kind of stuff, I suck at it, and I don't, that's not where I shine. I really like the front-end creation, visionary brand development side of that, and enjoy creating that and getting really good people in to help take it forward and bring it out.
I find success is usually achieved by people that either understand quicker than most or have lived long enough to understand that the biggest strength is knowing your weaknesses and not being insecure, that you can get people that are really good at stuff you're not good at. Mm-hmm. And that's when you have great teams. Mm-hmm. And you know, the older I get too, I'm not in the 50 and flowing class yet, but I think people in the room, people watching will attest to, like, the stuff you used to stress out about when you're 20 and like, I need to do this. When you're 38, 40, 50, and you've had 5 mortgages and you've almost gone bankrupt, you realize it's really easy to bounce back. So the risk is really mitigated. So Clay, I'm really looking forward to having you as my guest in 3 more years with your next venture, because I know it. You're going to kill this, you're going to pass the baton, and you're going to interview me about, hopefully, like meat, like a restaurant that you make me eat meat next time.
We'll do it.
That's cool. Clay, thank you so much for being our guest. Appreciate it. Really do.
Thank you.